23 of the government shut down, and it's now officially the second longest in U.S. history. Both sides of the aisle remain deadlocked over health care subsidies.
A GOP-backed stopgap bill failed to pass in the Senate last night for a 12th time in a mostly party-line vote. The bill would have resumed federal funding at current levels until November 21st. Some congressional leaders have asked to speak with President Trump in hopes that he would get involved in negotiations.
The longest shutdown in U.S. history lasted 5 weeks during President Trump's first term in office. However, there is some hope for farmers amid the shutdown. The Agricultural Department announced it will reopen about 2,100 county offices all across the country today.
The move is to help farmers and ranchers get access to $3 billion of aid from existing programs.
Looking live now at the White House, where new construction is causing controversy. President Donald Trump faces scrutiny this morning over his new East Wing ballroom.
And he's revealed the project will cost millions of dollars more than originally expected. Good day's Alex Whitler joins us now with more on the plans and the criticism.
Yeah, this certainly has people talking. During a meeting in the Oval Office, the president touted his plan, saying not much is left of the White House's East Wing. By the end of the weekend, it'll all be torn down as crews make room for the new 90,000 square foot venue. The demolition is far more expensive than originally planned and doesn't have the approval from the National Capital Planning Commission or the U.S. Commission of Fine Arts. Major White House construction requires their thumbs up. I emphasize that for a reason. The current administration says the commission only approves construction and not demolition. Now, according to the president, the $200 million price tag has ballooned to $300 million. He pointed to a lack of entertaining space to hold large events as a reason for the renovation. Now, here's a look at several renderings of what the ballroom will look like. It'll be decked out in gold and have a strong resemblance to the Gilded Room at Mar-a-Lago, the president's private club and home in Palm Beach, Florida. There will be a glass passageway connecting the ballroom to the White House, and the windows will be bulletproof. The president says the ballroom will be used for, and I quote here, many things, including meetings of foreign leaders.
We determined that after really a tremendous amount of study with some of the best architects in the world, we determined that really knocking it down, trying to use a little section, in order to do it properly, we had to take down the existing structure. The way it was shown, it looked like we were touching the White House. We don't touch the White House. That's a bridge, a glass bridge, going from the White House to the ballroom.
Well, opinions about this are pretty mixed.
This is wrong. He shouldn't be focused on the damn ballroom. He should actually try to fix the families that are being broken, or just like resign. He should be impeached and so many other things.
I think it's important to actually have the room for people to come out and visit. And honestly, I think I really support it because we're not paying for it.
Won't cost taxpayers any money since he and private donors are funding it, but it certainly got people interested. I'll send this back to you.
A big story. All right, Alex, thanks. Meanwhile, the Trump administration turning up the heat on Russia, announcing massive sanctions targeting the country's oil industry. It aims to cut off the main source of cash fueling the war in Ukraine to force negotiations.
Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent called the sanctions a direct response to Moscow's refusal to end the war and warned more action could follow. Overnight, the European Union also agreed on new Russian sanctions. Your time